What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. If you can't tell, I'm extremely ecstatic to provide you guys this content in this video today. And the reason is because the NFL and the NFL's Player Association came together and decided a 2022 salary cap. Now, this is significant because this is going to be not this up-and-coming season, but the following season. What this demonstrates is the fact that they do expect full-capacity crowds, they do expect money to be generated, and this is showing as signs of moving past the pandemic. Now, obviously, the salary cap for this up-and-coming season was lower just due to a lot of things revolving around the pandemic, but this is a significant increase, and we're going to dive in and talk about it. Now, the reason why I really am excited to provide this video is because we're going to be talking Kansas City Chiefs. What does this do for free agency? What does this do for current players, on the team that are going to be expecting extensions or going to be signing long-term deals? That's what this video is going to be about, and it's going to be super exciting and maybe a little bit of speculation. So, if you're interested, I suggest you stay tuned right after. But before we dive in and start talking about this exciting salary cap number, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to get into the video. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely exciting no matter who your team is. And the reason is because this signifies an entire NFL increase to the salary cap. So if there is a player that becomes available, there's a chance your team could go out and get them and sign them to a decent deal. Now, the reason I'm going to break this down and provide this is because we do, as Kansas City Chiefs fans, and we see it from an organization perspective, they do have some moves, some extensions that they really are going to have to kind of evaluate and see what they're going to want to do. And I think that this is a significant increase, a good agreement with the NFL and the NFL's Players Association. This was a significant increase coming off of a pandemic year where the salary cap actually did go down. Now, they are talking about, having full capacity crowds, which was definitely not happening last year, and it's going to happen this year, hopefully, fingers crossed, as we see other sports getting to that level. I follow the Kansas City Royals heavily, and they're going to be getting to a full capacity crowd, no mask, and things like that. So it'll be nice to see Arrowhead absolutely roaring and rocking on the first game against the Cleveland Browns. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive in and really talk about what this salary cap really signifies, what is going to get to, and some things like that. We're going to break it down from some people from Twitter. Then we're going to talk about it from a Kansas City Chiefs perspective and really some players that could really benefit from this increase. We do, as Kansas City Chiefs fans, see that there are some players that are going to need some extensions and really kind of some negotiations. So let's dive into all this information. So, the tweets we're going to start talking first about are from Dan Graziano. He is an NFL insider of ESPN. He says, per source, the NFL and the NFL's Players Association have agreed to a salary cap ceiling of $208.2 million for the 2022 season. If it gets there, that would be a 14% increase over the 2021 cap of $182.5 million. I do think this is significant because, yes, we are coming out of the pandemic year, and so we can expect that increase. Full capacity crowds, TV deals, all kinds of stuff. He continued to say, if revenues call for a cap higher than $208.2 million in 2022, excess revenues would be used to pay back the $17 million in player benefits that were canceled as a result of the pandemic amendments the league and union agreed to last July. Continuing on, he says, originally the July 2020 agreement said the $17 million in canceled 2020 player benefits would be paid back after 2023. The new agreement allows those to be paid back sooner if revenues call for a cap higher than the agreed upon $208.2 million in 2022. So some really good information here. He continues to say the 2019 cap pre-pandemic was $198.2 million per team, and at the time the cap was growing by about $10 million per year. At that pace, the 2022 cap would have been about $218 million, so $208.2 million, it still isn't caught quite up is what he says, but it would exceed the expectations of many who feared the cap might stay flat. You could see that. I definitely can understand where he is coming from on that. So this next piece is going to be reassuring. This is another tweet. This is from NFL Update. The NFL and the NFL's Players Association has agreed to a salary cap ceiling of $208.2 million for the 2022 season per Dan Graziano, ESPN. So a potential jump of $25.7 million after the cap dropped to $182.5 million this year. NFL is expecting all stadiums to be at full capacity, which is a big part there. So I really wanted to provide that tweet just to reassure with what Dan was saying and also to kind of go along and support with the full capacity crowds. So all that information I just provided you from Dan encompasses the entire NFL. Now we're going to niche down and we're going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Now this tweet is coming to us from Matt Verderame, who is a national NFL reporter for Fansided. He had to say if the NFL salary cap indeed comes in at $208 million next year, the Chiefs would be slated for $20 million in space. Now, that's before extending the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and signing other free agents. Of course, going base to bonus with Mahomes can open up plenty as well, which we'll talk about. He's slated for a $36 million hit right now. I do think that this deal for Mahomes was structured in a way and in a manner that this could be the process at which they continue to move forward, progressively through his current contract of $500+ million. So Tony Sommer, who is the owner of Arrowhead Guys, had to say if the Chiefs convert Mahomes' roster bonus to signing bonus, that adds $22 million to the cap for a total of $42 million. So that bounces off of what Matt Verderame had to say, and it continues to show that the Kansas City Chiefs cap could potentially be $42 million in 2022. Now that leads me to some things that we can expect, hopefully, from within the organization. So some players that we are expecting to sign, hopefully, again, long-term contracts, are going to be recently traded for left tackle Orlando Brown. So we're looking at, signing him to a long-term deal. We want him to, again, show he's capable of playing some phenomenal left tackle. And, if he becomes a Pro Bowler, maybe he's an All-Pro, I think that, again, represents that he's going to get a big-time contract. Recently I talked about what Trent Williams was able to obtain from the 49ers. That was a significant contract for a left tackle. And again, if Orlando Brown performs to that level, you can expect him to be potentially in those numbers. So that's going to be a big deal. Now, again, this was hit on in these tweets. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, is needing to be extended. This is the last year of his contract. And, we understand what the Honey Badger brings to Kansas City. From a fan base, we are pushing hard to get our leader on that defense signed, but we understand that this is a business. We understand that, you start talking about guaranteed money, how long, the length of the contract, things like that, and that's where it becomes a negotiation in a business. So, do I believe the Honey Badger will get extended? I 100% hope he gets extended, but I do believe he will get extended, and it just comes down to, again, guaranteed money, how long, the length, things like that. I think a lot of people would like to see the Honey Badger finish his career in Kansas City because, he is a leader on the defense, no doubt. Now we really start to talk about another potential extension coming up here in the near term, and that is going to be Tyreek Hill. I hit on this recently as well. This is something that he got a hometown discount, I would say, this first go-around. Obviously, we understand that there was some speculation. There was some things going on off the football field, and it really kind of put the Kansas City Chiefs in a position to sign him to a deal that was probably, from a statistical standpoint, not really what he earned. And so going into this next one, if he stays clean off the field and continues to perform the way we expect Tyreek Hill to perform, he stays healthy, you can expect this next contract to be a very, very good one for him. And so those are 3 players right there alone that I do feel are going to earn contracts. That's outside of the fact like they touched on too, maybe free agents start to come out. We understand that the Kansas City Chiefs targeted Juju Smith-Schuster before he decided to go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers and sign a 1-year deal. Now he's going to potentially have another good, amazing year. And if that's the case, does he come out and then potentially sign with the Kansas City Chiefs for a long-term deal? Because we know we targeted him. So that's something to really consider. What free agents are going to be coming out, and are they going to be able to go then and get some of those players, or are they going to just continue to sign within the organization? $42 million, ladies and gentlemen, in the NFL is a decent amount of salary cap. I mean, it really, really is, and you can do a lot of things with $42 million. So it's going to be extremely, extremely exciting to see how this is definitely managed, going into the 2022 season. I appreciate you swinging by and checking out this video on the salary cap update. I really think that this is significant, and this is something that it will be continually covered on this channel because it is going to be very, very important. Obviously, as we continue to see this, play a role into what the Chiefs do from a free agency perspective, re-signing players, extending players, doing all that. So I do think that this will be something we touch on quite a bit on this channel. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Swinging by. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. It helps out so much, ladies and gentlemen. It gets these videos out to the YouTube universe, and it allows people to see what you guys are being able to see. And as always, I appreciate you swinging by and checking out the beat of KC, and have a good day.